Casey now. Casey, good morning. How's it going?
Hold on real quick. I start my day every day by doing dips.
You do?
As Ron is, so 58, 59.
What? That's shaking a lot.
60.
Why is that shaking so much?
Well, when you do it right, it shakes like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
We must be doing it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're here at TOSH today, and we're going to go through all kinds of cool stuff that they got here to get you back into your sport of choice, back into what you need, all kinds of good stuff, and we're going to do some 3D running coming up in just a bit. Plus, we're going to talk to some of their doctors, and it's all about TOSH, because TOSH really does. They rebuild, and they get you back where you need to be, when you need to be, and they do it right. So they've got the state-of-the-art equipment here. We're going to show you some of that throughout the morning. Let's bring in Jess real quick. Jess, come on in here, buddy. This is going to be weird, but for the second time this morning, you're going to talk to my chest. But what are we going to be doing this morning?
We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. We're going to learn about, we're going to get close here, okay.
Okay, yeah. He's like, let me get prepared.
Yeah, talking to my chest. Stop that. My kids.
We're going to talk about some hip procedures we're doing, some cool running techniques using high tech to help runners.
And you know, that's the crazy thing is people don't really know how to run right. And you can teach them how to run right to lessen the impact on their knees, to be able to give them a little more distance, a little more length in their running.
Absolutely. So, I mean, nobody teaches you how to run. We just kind of do it.
I think this is kind of weird, but Jess, my eyes are up here. I said, talk into my chest. Don't look into my chest.
It's so hard.
I know, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to send it back to you guys. We're going to have some fun at TOSH this morning. Plus, we've got Ask the Expert all morning long. So we'll see you guys in a little bit, and have a good morning.
Yeah, it's called
A place that I'm very familiar with, Casey. My kids did some of the sports agility stuff there, and they've both been through rehab for different injuries.
And you know what? They get you rebounded here really quick. They get you back out into your sport of your choice. And you know what? All morning long, we have the phone banks opened up. Experts are standing by. If you've got orthopedic questions, sports medicine questions, just call 1-877-908-0680. And we have experts standing by throughout the morning to help you with your questions. And I have a question now. Is Ron sick?
He called in sick.
Yeah, he's out sick today.
You know, in 6 years that I've worked here at 2 News, Ron has never been sick. That is crazy.
Well, yeah, he had pneumonia a few years ago, but just worked right on through it. Exposed all of us.
Oh, great. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's feeling a little under the weather today, so he's not here.
The best part is that was Debbie under her breath, exposed to all of us.
No, that wasn't under my breath. That was loud and clear.
Hey, I just found a hidden gem right here in Salt Lake here at TOSH, and let me introduce you to Rebecca Benyon. She's over there putting these guys through a workout, and this is called the TOSH Fit program. And what is the TOSH Fit program?
We do 30-minute workouts for people who want to come in and get some help with some training but don't want to go to the typical gym setting.
Now listen to this. The price is only $50, and you can come 5 days a week, get some personal one-on-one training with an instructor, and get a great workout.
Yeah.
All right, now I was talking to these two guys back here. They've been doing it for a while. Under their breath, they said, it's a little rough, but they really like it. And what I'm saying is that you really put them through the works.
She's a slave driver.
And as long as they keep showing up, I'm going to keep giving them the work.
All right, and so when do the classes happen?
We start at 6 a.m. and go until 2 in the afternoon.
All right, and never more than 6 people in a class?
Correct.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so how do people sign up for this?
Just call the TOSH front desk, 801-314-2996.
All right, now, with the ball right here, could you give us one exercise that we could use at home if we wanted to slim down the love handles?
The love handles?
Yeah.
All right, you could do, go ahead, you want to?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And what I want you to do, lay back onto your back.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you do a side crunch. So you're going to take your rib to hip and
Yeah, I don't think that goes that way.
right to the side.
Look at that.
Good. Yep, you really want to squeeze it. Pause for a second and then back up. Try about 20 of those to each side.
I probably need to do a little bit more. I don't think you've seen my love handles. Hey, we'll send it back to you guys. Once again, if you've got some questions for the experts, call 1-877-908-0680. Am I getting pulled over for excessive love handling?
No. We just have an ambulance on standby.
Yeah, just in case you need it. All right, bye, Casey.
Right?
That's right, and it's all about sports medicine questions and orthopedic questions because we have a phone bank standing by, experts standing by, and all you have to do is give us a call, 1-877-908-0680. And I'm here with Dr. West, and Dr. West is a hip specialist, and you're one of only one other doctor that does this procedure in the state, is that correct?
There's a few of us, but some of us do more than others.
And so what is this procedure you do?
It's a procedure that preserves the life of a hip by remedying certain shape issues in the hip that tend to wear a hip out earlier in life.
And so you go in orthoscopic, right?
Yes.
And that way it's a little less invasive?
Yeah, it's evolved over time. It's really a concept that came to light probably 5 to 10 years ago. And like most things, they begin as open procedures and evolve with the technology to less invasive means to solve the problem.
Now, if somebody's sitting home and they might wonder if this would help them, what would they be looking for?
Yeah, well, and it's mainly aimed at the young patient who develops pain early in life, in the teenage years and 20s, perhaps even the 30s. And in the past, this problem has been invisible to even physicians, but now we know that a chronic pain problem in the hip is something that we actually can understand better and in many cases make a difference with.
And that's the great thing about TOSH. They're always on the cutting edge of what's going on. And speaking of cutting edge of what's going on, Tom, go ahead, pan down and check this out.
Uh-oh.
You have to.
Cutting edge.
Yep. This is all
Whoa.
in just a little bit. So let's send it back to you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Dr. West just blushed.
Wow, we needed a warning.
He did walk away.
He did step away.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Look the other way. Goodness. Okay.
And the funny thing is I had to borrow these shorts, so I'm doing it for a reason because they've got some... we should warn them before you go down there, Tom. We should warn everybody at home before you go down there and show everything that's going on because there's a lot going on, Bill. What do we got going on?
We're putting you through our lower extremity functional assessment here, and this is where we look at the motions of your joints and how your joints are coordinating and producing force.
Now, Tom, if you'll go over to that TV monitor right there, you can see those are my legs.
Wow.
Oh.
That is so cool.
And what are we learning from this information?
You're a
We're
dork.
learning how both of your legs are operating together in coordinated fashion, producing force at each one of the joints. And through that, we can assess symmetry between the two, and that allows us to look for injury risk assessment. It allows us to look at how you're rehabbing after an injury or a surgery and things like that.
All right, so let's fire this bad boy up and let me do some running so people can see what it looks like. Just from the front, Tom, because the back, sometimes the back of my shorts start to fall down. Yep.
They're chasing you.
That is so cool.
Now look at that over there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's just me galloping,
That's
like
the hip.
prancercising. All right, now let's crank it up just a little bit.
That is so
And then
cool.
from this information, Bill, what do you use? Now it's going to go to a different computer, which we're going to show them around 7:15. But if you got any kind of questions, whether the sports medicine or orthopedic, all you have to do is call 1-877-908-0680. Hold on. I'll put my pants up. I think they were getting a full moon back there, and that's not good this early in the morning. So we're going to send it back to you guys. Once again, look at that. Now, as long as I'm on the green, will it follow me?
Yes.
Could you stop it?
Sure. Go ahead and grab the handlebar. We'll bring it down.
Whew. I'm tired just
Wait a
watching.
minute. I just want to try something. And this is in honor of Ron because he's not here.
The air horse.
Air horse!
Woo!
Had to pull my pants up again. And we'll send it back to you guys before this comes X-rated. We'll see you guys in a little
Okay,
bit.
good plan,
yeah.
Casey.
Nobody will talk to
now.
us at school. Hey, if you want to talk to somebody and you have some medicine questions, some orthopedic questions, we've got experts standing by. We're hanging out at TOSH this morning. 1-877-908-0680. Give them a call and they'll try to help you out. And I'm here with Bill again. And once again, is this like a 3D animation setup? Is that what this is called?
It's similar technology that they use for that. We don't get to animate any characters, unfortunately, but we get to animate we get to analyze the motion very accurately. So this type of test, we can actually look at the function of both your legs at the same time in a drop landing. And it's a simple test, but it's very robust in looking at how your different joints on both sides are functioning.
All right, so Tom, if you want to go over to that screen real quick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down on this plate, and you'll be able to see it on that screen, and then they'll be able to analyze that data. We'll check that out in a second and show you. So tell me when to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Perfect. And so then you capture that information, you send it over to that guy right there with the glasses. His name is?
Sky.
And Sky, he then connects the dots, gets all the information, and then he does what with it?
He sends the data right over to another software package on another computer where we can fit an anatomically correct skeleton model to the motion.
All right, Tom, that's right behind you over here. If you want to come over here and see that, he can pull this up real quick, and you'll be able to see what's going on. So, Bill, what are you pulling up right here?
Right now, I'm going to pull up what we were just looking at in terms of your the drop jump that you just did.
Okay.
So let's go over to here. Let's look at your drop jump. So if we look at what you did after it's been analyzed, we see not only the motion that you're going through in 3D, but we can also look at these blue arrows, which are the forces that you're exerting on the ground in 3 dimensions. So one of the things we can look at is on your left side, you're producing a little bit less force at this point in time than on your right side.
So can we answer the age-old question, can white men jump?
We can. You can jump and you can land, but probably not as good as everybody else.
Because I got a fake hip and it's all right. So we're here at TOSH all morning long giving you some great information. Like I said earlier, we have experts standing by. They can help you out. 1-877-908-0680. Ask your questions. Coming up, if you've got a golf swing, we've got an exercise to help you out with that. Plus, we're going to do some more running tests. We're live at TOSH. We'll send it back to you guys.
They can help you with everything.
Yeah,
all right.
really
Thanks,
seems
Casey.
like it. Well, if you haven't updated your computer,
Is hanging out at the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, or TOSH.
That's right, and I've got Barry here, and he's the director of the golf program here at TOSH, and we're talking about golf. And, you know, Tiger Woods really kind of introduced fitness into golf before. They really didn't go hand in hand, but now you're saying with a little fitness and some exercises, you can really help your game and maybe even drop a few strokes.
You know, it's really true. Tiger was able to show us the importance of fitness. I want to show you a couple of exercises that I think will help build your golf swing, specifically about your hip.
Okay, and I need that because I got a bad hip.
That's what I understand. What I'd like to show you is an exercise like this. So you come down in this position. As you rotate back, keeping this right hip in a good solid position, by rotating back in this position will allow you to really keep that right knee flexed, where a lot of power comes from. A lot of people on their backswing will straighten out their swing like this.
And people could probably get a rubber band like this just at any of the sporting goods stores, or they could even just buy some nylon and make it themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy it here. You can buy it at a store. Easy to get. The other exercise you might try to work on your balance is simply placing the weight on your right foot and then just gently rotating back like this. Keeping that right knee flexed will allow you to come through the ball in a much better position, allowing you to have less injury and help your hip to feel really good and powerful.
All right, Barry, now if people want to sign up for your class and find out more information about TOSH, where do they go?
You can call 314-222-996 and talk to the performance people. We'll get you squared away, do an evaluation, see what some of your characteristics are, and allow you to swing better and have less injury.
There you go, and of course we have experts standing by at 1-877-908-0680. Make those phones ring and ask them some questions. Coming up, we're going to do a little more running. We're live at TOSH. We'll see you guys in a sec.
Casey, no more monster this morning.
No. Talking too fast. Okay. You can tell. Okay. Well, we are also talking a little bit more about your opportunity to ask.
I call it home of the short shorts because they put me in another pair of short shorts. And I'm here with Susan, and we're getting ready to do a little anti-gravity treadmill. Now, what is anti-gravity treadmill?
So what it does is it can actually unload your body weight so that you can run without having quite as much pressure on your joint. And so for somebody that's recovering from an injury or recovering from a surgery who wants to get back to running but can't quite tolerate it.
Right now, my doctor said I'm not allowed to run until May, and with this, he'd probably be cool with it.
Yeah, so what we can do is if we take you down to between 60 and 70% of your body weight, that's no different pressure than what you would have just walking normally on dry land.
All right, and so what happens is you get in a pair of shorts, they zip you up, and then below me is nothing but air.
Right, so we set the treadmill to calibrate to your body weight, and then we can set it to whatever percentage of body weight we want, and then we just start the treadmill.
All right, so right now I'm at 100%. If I go down to here, I'll go to about 70.
Yep.
And when it hits 70, you can feel this balloon start to puff up here. And then I want to do a little bit of speed there.
So just increase it to whatever feels like a comfortable pace for you.
And then the great thing is that you have a window below so you can actually see how they're running.
So as a therapist, what's great for me is I can actually see what's going on with your feet and with your knees and your hips.
What's going on with my knees and feet?
So, if I come back here, you're going at a little bit slower pace, I know, because you're on air and having to talk, but I would like to see a little bit higher turnover with your knees, that you're bending your knees just a little bit more.
Okay, I'm at 7.4 now.
Okay.
Now, is
that's
the public allowed to come and do this?
Yeah, actually, we can have you set up to where you buy a pass. It's $80 for 8 visits, and so it comes out $10 a visit, but you just schedule an appointment time, and then you can come in and you can have the Ultra G all to yourself.
Now, you said you have a little bit of a lower back problem, and you ran on this last night.
I do.
And it didn't hurt you at all.
I didn't have any problems whatsoever, so it was great because I love to run, and while I'm trying to heal myself, it's great for me to be able to stay in shape.
Now, Mary, you know the movie reference Spinal Tap, so what should we do? Turn this baby up to 11.
Casey.
Oh, boy. Okay, careful.
Look at
You
that.
want to keep that hip intact.
So you can get a really good workout.
I'm like the road runner.
Yeah, that's what you look like it.
Because part of the running program is that we'll assess people when they're getting ready to start running again. We'll get them on a treadmill, we'll video them, we'll break down their gait from cycle to cycle. We can kind of tell them things to work on. But if they're still just not ready to have that pounding on their joints, we can use this as a training method to get back to them.
Perfect. So if you're looking for a good place to get you back into the sport you love, TOSH is the place. And if you have questions,
Right.
1-877-908-0680. I'm going to get some water, take a break. We'll see you guys tomorrow from Vegas, baby.
All right. Okay.
Can't
Hey,
wait.
Casey, what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay there.
I got it. I'm bringing Tom.
Be good. Okay. As long as Tom's there.
That's good. Now we're okay.
See ya.
See ya.